Hey, Tubies, this is Psychic Bob. Woo! Here we are. Welcome to November. I tell you, it's a busy time. Well, here we are, November 1st, and it happens to fall on Tuesday. And I said, well, gosh, jeepers, we've got horoscopes due. We got messages from the spirit world due. I said, well, the planets aren't going to change too much, so we'll let those slide for a day or two. And I thought we'd have messages today. But don't worry, we'll have horoscopes this week as well. I'm so glad you're here. And anyways, we get a lot of letters. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who came out to yesterday's video. Last night was Halloween and Samhain. And wherever you were, I hope you had a wonderful holiday. I know I sure did. And here at Spirit Channel, we had our Halloween seance special. And if you didn't see that, that's in the queue right before this video. So check it out. It's literally October 31st was the post date, so you'll see it. But I tell you, we had a really rocking night. A lot of spirits channeled through. And we even got a little bit of paranormal phenomena. And, you know, this was not a special effect. Some people said, Bob, did that really happen? Yes. During the scene, there was a spirit that was channeling through me. And then as he left, Rose came in to talk about, you know, how he came through. And a glass shattered on my table. A little candle, votive candle, goes, shh. You can actually see it break and hear it. That was not a special effect. It really happened. So that was kind of freaky. But, you know, those sort of things happen during seances. So definitely check out yesterday's video if you didn't see that or you want to go watch it again, miss that part, watch it, okay? You'll see it. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Well, letters are coming in, so we're going to jump into those. And for those of you who are new here, Messages from the Spirit World is a weekly thing we do. I pull letters out of a hat. People write to me, and we see what the spirit world has. So I want to say thank you. If you want to send me a letter, you can put it in the comment box below if you have a psychic question you want me to answer, or you can also write to me at my website, my official email at readings@Robert- little hyphen there, Hickman.com. I'll put the link in the info box below. But, you know, send me your letters. We're going to throw them in, and each week we pull a bunch and see what happens. So please be patient with me, guys. I get hundreds of letters, and, you know, it's not that I mean to ignore anybody. It's just that I get a lot of mail, and it takes me a long time to get through it all. I do personally read all the letters. So if you're waiting to hear from me, please understand I've just got a backlog. It's not I'm trying to hate you or ignore you. It's just the way it is. And in between doing all that, I've got private readings. If you're interested in get on my schedule for a full-time private reading, I can do phone readings, Skype readings, or in-person readings. I have my own office and staff as well. So, you know, we have a whole setup here in Virginia if you're local or passing through. But anyways, if you want to contact me, call me at my office at 571-483-2112. And we'll get you on schedule. And also visit my website at robert-hickman.com. Well, guys, you rock. Thanks for being here. Well, we're going to get into the letters. But before we do that, let's just all take a moment. Oops, I'm hitting my computer here. And let's attune to the spirit world. Okay. My spirit guide Fletcher's back here. He says hello. All right, our first letter tonight is from Sailor Mars. Hello, Sailor Mars. Sailor Mars writes and says, hi, Bob. I was wondering, will I find a good job soon? I'm taking a break from school, but now I feel that I'm not doing anything with my life. Hi, Sailor Mars. You know, hon, when I step into your frequency, I get a lot of purple and orange light around you. These are psychic colors. Purple means that you have a life theme, and one of your life themes is psychic. And orange tells me that you're very much you're gifted with the gift of channeling, very artistic, very creative. And I feel like you need to be looking at jobs connected to psychic work, actually. Might sound a little scary or crazy, but I'd like you to explore. I feel there's a metaphysical bookstore near where you live. Maybe just a regular bookstore, a used bookstore, but I'm getting bookstore type environment here. And I feel that if you went in there and offered to, do readings, they would let you work there. And I feel like you're a natural psychic. So don't panic. So I don't know how to read tarot. Darling, you have all that psychic wisdom in you. And you know I'm right. But I keep seeing you actually working at a bookstore. But I feel it's actually through running your own business as a psychic business. You do have a psychic life theme. And I think that if you were to explore doing readings right now, one, you would find out how quickly your business would take off because you have a calling for it. And two, you'd be amazed at how accurate and good you are. So don't put yourself down. I want you to know that you do have this ability. And I'd like you to explore that. So when you talk about a job, yeah, you could go work at a bookstore as like a clerk, but I really see you more in a psychic role. And I think if you would just consider exploring that, maybe just have some business cards printed up, visit some local shops and say, hey, I'd like to do readings, I think you'd be a natural and you'd be in. When I first started as a psychic, my teacher said to me, I want you to do more public work. And I said, well, I work at the church. I worked at a spiritualist church. She said, no, you need to be out on your own. And I'll never forget the first day I went into a store, and I literally did just this. I walked in, and I said, hi, I'm a psychic. Are you guys interested in a psychic? And the lady said, oh my God, I've actually been wanting a psychic in my shop. And that's how it all started. And so, I didn't have a lot of experience in the sense of formal training in that time. And I really think the best psychics don't necessarily have to have all the training. The training is wonderful. It will help you. And I encourage you to study and explore. But you already have the gift. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to throw you in the deep end of the pool and tell you to start working. Anyways, send me a note. We can talk more about that. But I really mean that. I want you to look into that, okay? All right. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Nathan Hall. Hello, Nathan Hall. Nathan writes, Dear Mr. Bob, I just found your channel, and I love your energy. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. They said, I have a few questions. What type of magic should I be practicing? 2, what are my spirit animals? And 3, which gods and goddesses should I be working with? Whew, that's a lot. To tell you, Nathan Hall, that's kind of a whole private reading in itself. But let me just tell you something real quickly here. In terms of magic, I feel that you want to stay on the positive side. So that means doing healing rituals, spells. It means white magic. Doing good, don't get into the dark stuff, conjuring demons and all that. There's nothing good in that. So keep your magic positive. I keep getting literally the words green magic around you. And I feel that you do have a connection to the Fay, because I literally am getting around you like these orbs of light that look like fairies. So I think that you might want to explore Fay magic, green magic, Celtic spirituality. This is where I see you working best. As far as spirit animals, I keep getting owls around you. So I think you may have a connection to the owl. And I'd like you to look up owl images. I feel like when you start seeing the owls, this will resonate. I feel this also is a past life connection for you. Okay. In regards to gods and goddesses, actually, I'm not going to answer that. And I'll tell you why. It's not to be hateful. But when a witch wants to work with the higher powers, the Lord, the Lady, the gods and goddesses, somebody can't tell you who you have to work with. This is a process that is uncovered. And as you study, it's traditional in the craft to study for a year and a day. It's during that time that you have to explore your pantheons. I could give you names to explore, but I really think it will be much better for you if you dig up the names and the histories yourself. This is actually part of the work to be in the craft that you must go through. So I'm not going to tell you that. But I do feel like as you explore Fay magic, and as you explore maybe Celtic magic, green magic, the gods that will speak to you will manifest. Okay? So I'm going to leave that question open-ended for you, and I hope you understand why. So, do the work, discover who you're connected to, because for a witch to have power, they have to draw that power from somewhere. Where does it come from? Really, it doesn't come just from us. It comes from the natural world. It comes from the Lord and the Lady. And so all those energies combine. But to have that connection, you have to build the link. So I can't give that to you. That's something that you uncover as part of your work. But I do see you, having a lot of success working with the Fey people. And I'd like you just to explore that. And let's see where that takes you. Okay, thanks for writing it. That helps. All right, our next letter is from Cameron A. Hi, Cameron A. Cameron A writes and says, "Hey, Psychic Bob. About 6 years ago, I lost my father. He was from Iran. Does he have any messages for me? Also, I would like to have a boyfriend of Middle Eastern descent. Do you see this happening for me? And if so, what will he be like?" Excuse me. I'm having a lot of allergies today. Hi, Cameron. Well, first of all, I want to say I'm very sorry about the loss of your father. I lost my father earlier this year, so I know what that loss is like, and you have my prayers, okay? In regards to your father, I do feel that he does come around and visit you. It's funny because they show me it's like he paces, kind of like he folds his hands, sometimes in front, sometimes behind him. But he likes to pace around. And I think he used to do this when he was alive. It was his way of thinking. He'd like kind of pace and hold his hands and think a lot. But he does come around you. And I keep getting a feeling that he's actually been around you in the last like 2 to 3 weeks here. I feel like he's just looking in on you. And I keep feeling like he keeps talking about schooling, don't forget the schooling. It seems that he wants to impress a message upon you about education. So I do feel this is a crossroads around you educationally. Okay, so definitely keep exploring schooling. I feel like there's kind of a new school coming into your life. As we go into next year and early next year, January, I keep getting issues around the new school. Could be a college you're going to or transferring to a different school. But I definitely get education energy. And I feel like he's saying, do that. Keep going to the school, okay? He is in the light and he's fine, okay? And he keeps saying, he said, I miss everybody. As I heard the word he says, I miss everybody. But he says he loves you, he's fine, okay? So definitely take his message to heart about education. That seems to be very important to him, okay? In regards to a boyfriend, I do see a boyfriend around you. But it looks like it's going to be not until 2017, around the summer, around June, July is where I picked this up. I'm not getting a Middle Eastern descent, I have to be honest with you. I do feel he has an ethnicity about him. He feels more to me to be Latin, though. So he may be from like South America. I keep wanting to go Brazil, maybe even Peru. He has connections to those countries. He has traveled there, lived there, is from there. But I keep seeing him entering your life this summer. And I keep seeing you guys meet. It looks like it's at some sort of sport event. It's like you're going to watch a soccer match or you're going to watch some sort of rugby game or something. But this is where I make the connection. I feel like he's just hanging out with a group of people and you're with a group of people and you all just hang out together. But that's where I see. And I do feel it'll be a long-term loving relationship. Okay, so remember that Hispanic or Latin descent. Very nicely. He's very tall, very sharp, looks very athletic build. Very muscular, very lean, piercing eyes. And I feel like when you look into his eyes, it's literally like life. He's got life force, a lot of joy. Okay, so it looks like it'll be this upcoming summer. All right, hope that helps. Keep me posted. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Julie Green. Hello, Julie. And Julie writes, hello, Psychic Bob. I love your videos and, I love your videos and thank you for being a great person. Oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet. I love your energy and passion for what you do. Well, I love what I do, and it is a true calling and a passion. I was wondering if the spirit world has anything that they would like me to know. Hi, Julie. Thank you for writing. You know, it's interesting because when I step into your vibration, I keep hearing the name Merlin around you. Literally Merlin the wizard. And I feel that you have a connection that goes back to ancient Britain, possibly Wales. And it's interesting, I keep seeing connections of travel there for you this next year. So I think you're actually going to go there, and it looks like it's going to bring some past life memory or connection. But literally Merlin, the magician, the wizard, is one of your spirit people. And I pick him up around you. And he keeps handing me a feather quill, a quill pen. So I feel like there's some issues around writing here that he's calling you to do. I think you have a gift of communication and you should be doing some writing. But let Merlin help you because he's your spirit guide, okay? Anyways, hope that helps. Thank you for writing. All right, our next letter is from Nick Smith. Hello, Nick. Nick writes, says, hey, Bob, always great to watch your videos. I get this calm feeling and sense of peace when I hear you speak. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Is this common with mediums? What does this sense of calm mean? Also, if you have any messages for me, let me know. Thanks, Nick Smith. Hello, Nick. Thank you for writing. That's very kind of you. Well, you know, I like to say that that sense of calm that you get is because when I channel, when I bring messages, or whether I'm conscious channeling, like right now I'm doing conscious channeling, or whether I'm in trance, that connection with the spirit world, that door between the worlds is more open. And I've experienced the other side. The other side is a place of immense peace, immense calm. And I believe that really any medium who is truly working with spirit will bring that peace and calm, because a medium opens the door between the worlds. And I like to think that that sense that you're feeling is the energy that comes as a result of me opening that spirit door. So I feel that that's where that comes from. That's what it means. It means we are literally on the edge of the etheric. For a long time, that was my moniker, Psychic Bob, a psychic on the edge of the etheric. And that's because when we're on that edge of that other world, there's a lot of peace and it's very calming. So, you know, it's interesting. Many people will tell you when they had a near-death experience, the first experience they had was suddenly everything shifted from chaos into peace. And so when I do spirit work, I try to bring us to that place where that threshold is. So that's why you experience it. And do other mediums have this experience when people visit other mediums? Many times, yes. A spirit medium who is working with the spirit will bring that sense of peace, okay? So that's what that's about. Good question. Wow, I like that. As for messages for you, I am picking up around you a lot of energy here. There's a lot of bright yellow around you, which means learning, education. So I do feel there's some schooling issues coming up here around you. May come some issues around transfer, like transfer to different classes, but I'm getting a lot of growth educationally here around you. I also pick up another person here around you. This is a relative. Looks like it's a brother. This brother passed very young, but he's an old soul. But I do pick up a male entity around you who feels like a brother. Almost I want to call him the baby brother in the family. He's around you. I just keep hearing him say, I'm here and I'm hanging out. So I do feel he hangs out around you, hangs out around the house. And he says, he keeps saying, he says, let mom and dad know I'm fine. Tell them I love them. I'm fine. I'm sorry that I left the way I did, but I just couldn't stay. It wasn't the timing. It wasn't time for me to be there anymore. He brings over a real sense that it's kind of like he completed his mission. He came here and he did what he had to do, and then he left. So, but he wants everybody to know that he's fine. He's in the light. So I pick him up around you, and he sends that over. Thanks for writing. Hope that helps. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Fay Coyote. Fire Coyote, excuse me. Fire Coyote writes, Bob, have you ever cast a spell to curse anything? And what do you do when the spirits become restless on you? Okay, good questions. Well, first of all, let me say I'm a Wiccan, and that means I honor the Wiccan rite, so I don't do curses. Now, some people say, oh, you're Wiccan, you're weak, you guys don't do black magic, you don't curse people. And some people make the terrible mistake of assuming that to be a powerful witch, you have to do evil. No, you don't. I have done defensive magic, which is very different than cursing. You are allowed as a witch to defend yourself against attack. But you don't have to hurt people to defend yourself. You only have to stop them from acting negatively. So in terms of curses, no, I don't do that. I never have, don't want to, don't plan to, not interested in that. But I do practice magic to bless all for the good of all and harm to none. Okay. Now you say, what do you do when the spirits become restless on you? Well, you know, if you're feeling spirits around you that make you feel restless, sometimes this is a sign that you're attaining some spiritual growth. And what it means is you want to work on grounding and centering. So if you feel spirits, it feels a little restless, you can ask the spirits to step back from you. Because a lot of times what happens is when they come close to your body, they will overstimulate the nervous system. And this will create a sense of anxiety and restlessness. So first thing is ask them just simply to step back 2 or 3 feet. That many times will correct it. When I first started doing psychic work, I would go into asthma attacks when spirits would come on me. And I asked my teacher, I said, what is that? And she said, oh, that's actually very common. Many mediums have a reaction, an asthmatic response. Spirit presence can kick that in. It can also do, like what you're saying about how when they become restless, it's actually an overstimulation of your nervous system. So just ask them to step back. I would avoid wearing, for example, amethyst if you're doing a lot of channeling work. It's a wonderful stone for raising power, but sometimes that can also generate an overstimulation. So it's kind of a balance act. You want to raise your vibration, but not raise it to the point that it's offsetting your nervous system. So it's a balancing act. I would say at nighttime, put a bowl of salt next to your bed. That will help settle the energy down. It keeps spirits from bothering you at night when you sleep, and you'll get a much more restful sleep. So anyways, I hope that answers your question. I'm not sure I understood it exactly, but I hope that I got what you're trying to ask me. Anyways, let me know how that goes for you, okay? Thank you for writing. Well, guys, listen, that is all the time I've got for letters tonight. I'm so sorry to get this video out late. Psychic Bob's had a full day. As many of you know, I have a very full schedule of private readings. And then when I'm not doing readings, I have a lot of other things. Like I meet with public relations people. I meet with marketing people and meetings beyond that. So my day gets very busy. But I love you guys, and I hope that you'll keep it here at Spirit Channel. And show Psychic Bob some love. So like this video, favorite, share it with your friends. And if you can, hit subscribe. Be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. Well, listen, keep it here. Tomorrow is Wednesday. That's Wiccan Wednesday. So we'll have something fascinating for you. So be back here then. We'll see you. Thanks for your patience. I love you guys. Blessed be. We'll see you tomorrow. And of course, next week, next Tuesday, we'll have another Messages from the Spirit World. Blessed be.